I'm very excited about this production of Turandot because it's bringing to the Edmonton Opera a very vibrant, beautiful production that is traditional and yet not traditional. We have all the ancient fairy tale world that the opera takes place in, with the iconic dragon and the Pearl of Wisdom being the focal points of the set, which really help to tell the story. We have a remarkable cast, which will make the music come alive, and of course Puccini's work itself is one of the best pieces that he wrote. So bring all those elements together, you have a pretty great evening. Perfectly, actually. In that, from a very technical point of view, I have lots of places to put singers where they'll be heard, seen, against a backdrop that is absolutely spectacular, and indeed does help to tell the story. Some sets are functional in a way that they sometimes get in the way of storytelling. This is the perfect example of a set that supports the narrative and the action in every way, while giving us something beautiful to look at. It's my first time directing this opera, and that's a good question. I have very strong views about it. The thing that I always find troublesome with the character is that I love her strength, and I love her fierceness, and I get why she's fierce. The journey I want to see is the ice melting, and I think from a director's point of view and perhaps an acting singer's point of view, there is a challenge to build another layer into the character so that we don't go from this very fierce character to all of a sudden this loving, soft woman. Both elements have to be present from the start. One obviously a lot more present than the other, but without really looking for those layers, you sometimes end up with a very black and white character, and I think there's more to this character, which for me as a director is very exciting because it allows me to help the singer to find layers. I think the reason why he was able to compose such dynamic music towards the end was that he really started choosing characters and stories that were strong and very interesting. Like Turandot herself, she's a remarkable mixture of this incredible fierceness and this love, this loving woman who actually can admit that she's in love. This gives a whole dynamic to the way you can compose music for these characters. And it needs to capture what he's done. He has captured that absolute terrifying fierceness in her music, as well as the glorious soaring Nessun Dorma for Calaf, and the joyous music that we hear in their duets, as well as the extremely tender and moving music of Liu and Timur in Act 3, which is in complete contrast to anything that we have with Turandot. This makes a very dynamic score, and one that classic, you not only leave the theater humming the tunes, but you're taken on a dramatic journey supported by this incredible music. The spectacle in Turandot is something you have to see live to believe. I quite recently saw a production, and I see a lot of opera. So I figured I'll probably enjoy the evening, and I've seen Turandot more than a few times I've been in it. I was blown away at how much a spectacle it is and how much of an Olympic art form it really is. To sing this opera, you need to be at the top of your game. The music is terribly demanding, which for me is like an Olympic sport, because I want to see these singers soar. I want to see them really triumph over the music. And when that happens, it's absolutely glorious. So, first-timers, it's a sport. It's an evening of absolute exciting energy.